Well, joining us here today on Primetime Local News is Hailey Whitters, talking about not only her new hit single, but also talking about her new album, which is a deluxe version of her album that's currently out right now called Living the Dream, which includes some big country artists on this deluxe track, including Little Big Town. Hailey, just give us a little bit of a background on the hit single, Fill in My Cup, which we're talking about today, and also the creative process with that music video, and also how you got Little Big Town to be a part of this project.
Yeah, well, I was writing that day with two just songwriting heroes, Nicole Gallion and Hillary Lindsay, both just incredible songwriters in their own right. And somehow I managed to get them both in the same room together. And we were sitting down to write, and I'm flipping through some ideas, and I had this title, Fill in My Cup, in my phone, and I threw it out, and they kind of latched onto it. And Nicole instantly started talking like, what if we made it like a recipe, like a little of this, little of that, one part this, one part that, sugar, the salt, pour it all in that cup, shake it up, and just kind of making it a song about, the highs and lows in life, the good, the bad, taking it all and trying to find the silver lining in all of it and just stay positive. And so we wrote it, and I remember, we were all, I got home that night, and I'm sitting at the kitchen counter playing it on my guitar to my boyfriend, Jake, who's also my producer. And he was like, oh my God, we have to cut this like tomorrow. And I was like, really? I mean, I knew it was good and stuff, but I was a little like iffy on some of the things. I didn't know if they were right. And he was adamant about it. And so I just trusted him, and we went into the studio, and getting to hear it in the studio really brought it to life for me. And it just has this energy. It's fresh, it's modern, but it's also a little throwback. And and the catchiness, like you're saying, that chorus, it's like you almost feel like you like heard that somewhere. It just feels familiar and like home a little bit. And so we recorded it, and then we're thinking about who could be on it with this for this deluxe project. And I instantly was like, Little Big Town, they just have to be on it. I mean, they would slay this song. It feels like something that they would have maybe just done on their own. And their harmonies, I mean, on those choruses and stuff, getting to hear all that 4-part harmony on that song, I just knew it was perfect for them. And so they agreed to it, and we got to have a really magical day in the studio. And then, a few months later, asked them if they'd want to be in the music video. And they said yes again. And again, it was just a day of like, pinch me, I mean, getting to work with them was so cool and such a learning experience. And they're just the most like salt of the earth people. They're just good vibes. We were freezing because it was freezing in Nashville that day, but we were wrapping ourselves up in blankets and passing the whiskey jug like in between takes and trying to stay warm. And we had a lot of fun with that music video. My creative director, Harper Smith, kind of came up with that whole, like, let's leave him at the altar and you run off. And, she was like, something needs to call you from outside the church. And I was thinking, and I'm like, well, I just met Ketch Secor from Old Crow Medicine Show, and I love that band. I wonder if he'd be willing to come and like play fiddle, and kind of be my fairy godfather in the sense that he kind of calls me home with that fiddle. And I bust out of the church and leave the guy at the altar. So it was a really fun day.
When you got to see the album for the first time come together, how rewarding was it for you with all the hard work that was put into it, all the sacrifices, and what were some thoughts going through your head at that time?
Man, I don't know what like the one word what would be, like encouraging or like validating. I think like not even just as an artist, but just as a person. I was in such a broken spot before I made this record. I was just tired, and I was just really questioning why I got into this business in the first place. And I was just like, does music matter? Like, I needed to find like the magic in music and the magic in songs, and just like, everything just seemed so mechanical in the industry to me at that point. And I just needed to believe in like the magic of a good song, and a good song resonating with fans, and like them being able to hear it, and it being able to just like transform, you know, and I needed to feel that. And so I feel like this record literally changing my whole life, changing my career. You know, I owe a lot of it to that one little song, 10-Year Town, and, you know, into some of the other ones, Janice on the at the hotel bar. Like, I've gotten to just see through this process, you know, it does matter, and it's important to do what you believe in, and it's important to do what you think matters. And so I think getting to see that, getting to see the vinyl, getting to hold the vinyl in my hands was just that perfect little reminder, and kind of just some, like, I guess, empowering moment of encouragement and empowerment that, you know, like, it's important to do what you believe in. And I think that and gratitude. I mean, gratitude all the way, because there were people, you know, carrying me through when I couldn't even carry myself through. You know, when I was ready to give up, they were saying, hang on, one more song, one more show, you know. And so I feel lucky in a lot of ways to have a lot of those people in my corner.
Hailey, I really appreciate your time. Living the Dream, the deluxe version, is out now to stream or to purchase. Hailey, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for chatting with me.